Well, good morning, guys. Welcome to this month's A-Team training, and thanks for taking your time out today to spend a few moments with us. We're going to hit a couple of things today, and I enlisted the help of Pam Campbell from the Alexandria office, and we'll talk to her in just a second. Wanted to give you a quick introduction to what we're going to do this month. We're doing very well. Our numbers are really up. We're up 22% in our leads. We're up 27% in our total settlements. We just continue to knock the cover off the ball. There's a couple of areas that we can do better, and there's a couple of new tools that we can use to get better. And one of those tools is a set of folders, one for Navy Federal Credit Union, and it looks like this, and one for the USAA Movers Advantage program, and it looks like this. These folders are great ways to brand ourselves, and I want to make sure that we're using them, and we're going to deliver a couple of messages that we've talked about for a long time, and those messages are on connecting the client to their mortgage services, especially with an affinity program, and the second one is covering the service expectations and making sure that we improve a little bit in that area. It's the one area where we're doing well, but in order to make platinum, we're going to need to do better. So we're going to address it now. We've got plenty of time this year to make that up, and I know with everybody that's in those rooms out there, that's going to happen. Let's go down and talk to Pam. I'm sitting here with Pam Campbell and asked her to share a little bit about how she uses these tools and set some expectations up with the clients. Thank you very much, Pam.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Can you tell us a little bit about, so that everyone would understand, can you tell us a little bit about your background of working with USAA and NFCU customers?
Oh, that could take all day. I actually was an Army wife, worked for the military for 17 years in relocation, and after that I went to work for Cardis, well, it was Sindan at the time, in relocation. Did that for a couple years and then decided to get my real estate license, and the rest is history.
Terrific. Well, you have such a good background in this, that's why I was excited that you would do this with us. What's important to you when you're working with one of these customers and you first are trying to set the expectations and build rapport with them? What's important to you?
I think the first thing that we need to make clear is that they realize where I come into the picture. How did I get here? They don't realize the connection between Cardis, Movers Advantage, USAA, Mortgage, Century 21. So I think it's to make sure that they realize that I'm the ambassador, I'm the key player to hold the whole piece of the pie together for them.
And you said, when we were talking earlier, you said something that I really liked, which was teamwork. You want to set up that whole expectation.
Right, and that's why it's important to use. I think it's great that we're being provided now the name of the Movers Advantage person and the mortgage person so that we can use their names and tell the client that, so-and-so from USAA, this is who you need to talk to, so that they realize that we're a part of a team and we're all on the same sheet of music. Well, the red light wasn't on good.
All right.
You're blushing.
I know. So
She was just talking about rubbing knees with Scott.
yes. Yeah. How red is my face? So, Pam, with tools like these folders, how do you take your mission of trying to build some teamwork and capitalize on their name and use a tool like this?
What I do is I take some of the things that I put in my packets to them and if it's a USAA number, I put it in this packet so that they can see that, the things that I use, the things that Century 21 uses, again, going back to the team thing, so that they realize that we're all working on this together.
Perfect. What are some of the things, everyone's going to probably customize this the way that they want it to look and feel for their own marketing plans. But what are some of the things that you've done to customize this package?
One of the things I really like about the package is the place for the business card there, so they always have that. They have that with them. But I put some of the things, depending on the client, I put things about the smooth move from Century 21 if they have kids. I'll put a copy of the contract. I think it's real important to go over with them the expectation about the contract and what's involved in writing the offer, so that they realize that it's not just it's a complicated part of the program, so that they understand that whole process. And of course the buyer agency agreement, because that's definitely key to this whole process, making sure they understand this and get this signed.
That's really good, actually. I know a lot of people struggle with when can we have a buyer's agreement with USAA or NFCU, and the answer is that we can always have that with any one of these clients. It's just that we can't force them if they're
Right,
uncomfortable.
correct.
So that's a nice way to accomplish it in a way that looks and feels very much USAA. That's great. What else do you get done in there?
I have, well, the sheet that you provide, I'm going to talk about this later.
I'll talk about that sheet later,
Okay.
but that's a good thing to have in there.
The other thing that's really nice is the phone numbers on here, and I think it would be a good idea if once we get our intake sheet, if we put their names on here so that we would, the client would know and that we would know who exactly they're talking to at that point. If that was already on here when we gave it to them, then they would.
Oh, the name of the specialist.
Right.
Terrific, and you have
Right.
their email address
Right.
because of the
Right.
incoming information sheet.
That way the USAA member always knows that we really are a team, because I know their names, I know their phone numbers, I know who they need to call. So
Perfect.
I think that's a great idea. And the other very key thing is the survey that we hand out. We all know that how important that is, that we get those, explain them, get them to the client, and get a good response in the end.